start with a lesson on measuring angle. We want to define what an angle is, right? So an angle is formed by two rays with the same endpoint right there, right? The sides of the angles are those two rays, and this point right there, B, is called the vertex, right? And we name a angle by using the vertex, angle B, as long as that angle, that vertex is just for one angle, right? We're going to see later on what that means. A point on each ray and the vertex, as you can see, the vertex is going to be in the middle. So angle ABC or angle CBA are the exact same angles, right? Or sometimes they have a number inside, so a number. So this is angle 1. Right, so I have points in the interior of the angle, right? Every point that is between those two rays are in the interior, and every point that is outside are on the exterior, right? So there's two ways of measuring angles, or one way to measure is the side of the angle is in degrees, right? On geometry, we're most of the time using degrees. To indicate the measure, we write that m in the front. So that this is angle A, measures 50 degrees. As you can see, we have three different ways of writing it with that m in front. And there's four type of angles, right? We're going to go back to this later on, right? So an acute angle is an angle that measures between 0 and 90. A right angle that has a measure of 90 degrees, an obtuse angle between 90 and 180, and a straight angle is one that measures 180. Right? And angles with the same measures are congruent angles, as you can see right here. When we have the measurement, we're using equal sign. When we are referring to the shape, to the figure, we're using the congruent sign, right? So let's use, right? As you can see right here, if this angle is smaller than an L, if you want to see it like that, is acute. If it's an L, it's right. If it's bigger than that L, it's obtuse. And if it's just a line, we are using the angle addition postulate that states that if point B is inside of that angle, right? If I throw that ray, I'm going to create that AOB, this angle right here, this measure plus BOC is going to equal angle AOC. Hi, so today we're going to be working with the lesson of measuring angles, right? So before we information here, so I have says use the diagram below to find the measure of each angle, as we did with the ruler postulate. We're going to use this one very similar to the ruler postulate, but with the protractor, right? So in this case, I want to find the measure of angle MLN. MLN is this one right here. So in this case, I'm starting at 0, right? It's pointing to the left, so I'm using the numbers that start on the left right there. As you can see, I have the vertex on that same point right there. So this means that this angle measures 60 degrees, right? NLP, and angle NLP is this one, right? This one's a little bit harder, right? Because it's not starting at 0. So I'm going to use the protractor ruler that says that I'm going to subtract. So in this case, it's 130 minus 60. So why 130? Because this ray right here is at 30, and this one is at 60. If you use the bottom one, so it's 120 minus 50, at the end it's going to be exactly the same. So this is the SO value of 70, so that means that this measures 70 degrees, right? And LQ, again, that one have a ray that starts at 0. So in this case, it's pointing right, so we're using the numbers that start on the bottom part right here. So in this case, it measures 120 degrees. Angle OLP is this one right here, right? So it's 130 equals 130 minus 50. So equals the absolute value is 40. So this is 40 degrees. So MLQ is just 180. 180. Right? On this one, we want to classify each angle as acute, right, obtuse, or straight. We can classify that just by looking at the angle straight. So coming back here, right? So MLN, MLN. We already know that it's a 60 degrees, so this is an acute angle. NLO, NLO. As you can see, it's this one right here, and LO. So it's a small one, so this is acute also. Acute, right? MLP, MLP. As you can see, this one is a right angle, so this one is a little bit bigger than a right angle, right? So it's this angle right there. So that means that this is obtuse. O O L P right here, smaller than a right angle. So again, this is acute. OLQ, OLQ again is a right angle. This is right. And MLQ, we already know that that one's 180 degrees, so this is straight angle. Okay, so now we want to name, what's another name for angle? XYW, XYW. In this case, we cannot use Y. Why? Because now angle Y belongs to XYW, WYZ, and XYZ. So it belongs that vertex to three different angles. So if I just place right here angle Y, I don't know exactly which one I'm referring. So in this case, again, angle XYW, I can name it as angle 1, or I can name it as angle WYX, right? What's another name for angle YW, YWC? Again, this one can name it as angle 2, or I can name it as angle CYW. So very similar to this. Okay, so now we want to find angle EFW. For that, segment addition postulate, right? So in this case, I'm just going to identify my information. So it's telling me that EFG, so the big angle equals 31. Let me go step by step. So the angle EFG is going to equal to this angle right here. So the measurement of angle EFW plus the measurement of this other angle over here. So the measurement of WFG. So I'm just going to substitute the information. So 31x minus 3 equals EFW is 9x minus 3 plus WFG is 110, right? Because I need to find x so I can find EFW, right? So I'm just solving this equation. Minus 3 equals 9x, right? X plus 107, right? So I'm going to subtract 9x on both sides. So 22x minus 3 equals 107 plus 3 on both sides. So 22x equals 110. And I'm going to divide by 22 on both sides. So x equals 5. Now I'm going to plug that information right here. So the measure of angle EFW equals 9 times 5 minus 3. So 45 minus 3 equals 42 degrees. And that's my answer on this exercise. Okay, so on the second one again, I have measure of angle GHI, it's a big one, equals the measure of the angle GHU plus the measure of the angle UHI, right? So let's find the information. So I have GHI 58x here, GHU equals 12x minus 2 plus 140. And I'm just solving that equation. So 58x equals 12x plus 138. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. So this is 46x equals 138. And I'm going to divide by 46 on both sides. So 138 divided by 46. So x equals 3. This right here, let me fix something here. This is an 8. Perfect. So now I want to find angle GHU. So angle GHU is 12x. So measure of angle GHU equals 12 times 3 minus 2. So 36 minus 2 equals 34 degree. Now, the last one. So angle DEF, measure of angle DEF equals measure of the angle DEY plus measure of angle YEF. So DEF is 157 equals DEY equals x plus 32 plus 2x plus 125. So 157 equals 3x plus 157 minus 157 on both sides. So 0 equals 3x, and I'm going to divide by 3. So that means that x equals 0. But I want to find angle DEY. So I'm just plugging in that information. So angle DEY equals 0 plus 32. That equals to 32 degree. And that's it for this lesson.